Bishop Marwe, as my spiritual brother and respected mayor and my friend, these two young ladies,
sisters,
those sisters, and then some respected teachers and also, I think, leaders and spiritual brothers, sisters. Indeed, I am very, very happy to be here. Actually, this is first time, although New York City, quite a number of occasions, I visit different part of New York City, but this is first time. I think not my sort of negligence, but no invitation. So this time I received the invitation. So naturally, when we receive some invitation, and if you refuse that, it is foolish. So happy to accept that invitation and to come and meet some new people and make new friends, and also have an opportunity to share some of my own sort of belief, thoughts on the basis of my own experience. So I am very happy. And then also, as soon as my plane touched down, I straight to the state senators.
Senate chamber.
And I met, I think, full of friendship, sort of full of friendly atmosphere. So I expressed there one joke. I mentioned there, I always have, since my childhood, I have the sort of habit, I always feel more closer to the weaker side. So I express the Republicans are minority, so I have some sympathy towards them. And then all the Republican members, see, very kasota, I think, stand up and express very joyful. Then I told them, this is joke. Don't say it. So I think that is really greatness of democratic system. One time, one party, another time, another party. So I think that's a very, very healthy sign. And very good. Although I think two parties, it seems not much big differences, but simply name Democratic Republicans. But some competition, that's good. That's healthy sign. Then, this is my last day of this time, sort of my visit here.
To the United States. To the United States.
To the United States. Now, tomorrow early morning, I am leaving. It was my home, second home, India. An overnight stop at London. So, almost now 2 weeks in this country. I had many occasions meeting with public and also some students or professors, some scientists. I also learned some new things. So indeed, I am very, very satisfied. And also many occasions meeting with media people, very friendly. So, and also having the opportunity to share some of my thought. So my main talk everywhere, whether in America, whether in India, whether in Africa, everywhere, in Europe, everywhere, in Japan, everywhere, I always talk the best way, effective way to bring inner strength. With that, inner calmness or inner peace. And with that, we can handle all problems more realistically, more effectively. So I believe warm-heartedness, compassionate heart is the key factor for meaningful life. And also for one's own health. The calm mind, one very, very crucial factor. According to my own experience, when I had medical checkup from time to time, the doctors found my physical condition is very good. So of course my life, not happy one, a lot of difficulties. At age 16, I lost my freedom. And at age 24, I lost my own country. Then last 50 years, constant heartbreaking news. Always. Some cases, some positive news. Otherwise, most cases, bad news, sad news. But then, comparatively, my mental state, quite okay, quite calm. So now this shows, I think, some impact in my health. So some people consider Dalai Lama have some kind of healing power. That's nonsense. If I truly have sort of healing power, then the surgery which remove my gallbladder, that should not take place. So that means very clear, I have no healing power. So logically, it is rather foolish. If anyone have some healing power, then firstly use himself or herself. So I think the peace of mind really makes differences about our health and day-to-day life, more happier. And one's own inner happiness, inner calmness also creates some peaceful atmosphere. that also many other people enjoy. So through that way, we can create more happier society. Something like one family. That we really need. Money, power may not bring that. That thing can bring only through sincere, compassionate attitude. Even animals. I think sometimes, because we can learn more things from animals rather than human beings. Animals, they don't care whether that person is rich or poor, whether that person is this color, that color, this religion or that religion or non-believer. They do not know, don't care. But they care very much. Their other person's sort of attitude. Affectionate attitude. Sincere, not lying, not cheating. Then these animals also very much appreciate, like dogs, cats, and some birds also. So here I have still is one question. Whether mosquito have the ability to appreciate of others' affection. That still I don't know. And some small insect, they may not have the ability. Their brain size is too small. So they are only sort of equipped for just day-to-day survival of day-to-day life. That's all. But many cases, even animals also have sort of appreciate others' truthfulness, honesty, compassion. So then we, human beings, suppose we have much more intelligence. If that intelligence destroyed or negligence about this basic value, which even other animals also appreciate, if that we neglect or minimize, it is not sort of the intelligent sort of act. It is, I think, foolish. I think basically our nature, I believe, more compassionate. One clear sign is, firstly, we everybody come from mother's womb, and we survived with mother's milk. So at that time, immense affection from our mother. And our side also totally relying on mother. At that time, we have no idea who is that person. But we do appreciate affection, smile, closeness feeling. So then we trust that, totally rely on that. So according to medical doctor, after birth, next few weeks, mother's physical touch is very crucial factor for proper development of brain of the child. And then, obviously, I think in this hall, some people there, oh yes, oh that very strong light is, I cannot see. Yes. So, there, I think in this hall, perhaps 2,000-3,000? 3,000. Over nearly 300,000. 3,000. Nearly 3,000. My English, dangerous. So now nearly 3,000 people here. I think if we examine those individuals who at the young age who receive maximum affection from our mother, their mental state comparatively much more stable. And more important, such people have greater potential to show affection to others.
Greater ability.
Greater ability. Greater ability to show affection to others. And I think 24 hours, such people are more happier, more calm, may not disturb their mind easily. Then those people, I think there must be some, who at a young age, lacking that affection. And worst case, some abuse. Then abuse from the emotionally nearest person, then they really lost affection. So instead of feeling affection, but fear, distrust. As a result, those people who had such experience at a young age, I think, may find more difficult to feel of others' pain. So as a result, such people, their mind constantly some kind of, in deep inside, some kind of fear. Insecurity. As a result, small sort of problem can disturb much their mind. Then another, according the medical scientist, they say anger, hatred, or constant anger, hatred, fear is actually eating our immune system. More calm mind, compassionate mind can increase this immune system. So there's one particular sort of particle in our body. What do you call that?
I think there's a technical term for a part of the immune system. There's a cell. It looks like a tail. I think it's called telomerase.
I don't know.
Telomerase.
I don't know. So one occasion in medical sort of conference, so they actually show some picture. I remember that picture. It is something.
It looks a bit like a kind of a tadpole, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So at the top is something there. So those animal who lacking the affection or lack of sort of affectionate surrounding, much less that. Shorter.
The tail is shorter.
And then another animal just licking. That immense sort of effect on others today, this matter. So that actually is demonstrated at one conference. So, just discussion with some medical scientist or psychiatrist, psychotherapist at Boston University. Harvard University, yes, Harvard University. You see,
Harvard Medical School.
Harvard Medical School. You see, we touch these points like that. So these are now scientifically, I say, make clear. For physical health, mental state is a very crucial factor. So therefore, the concept of warm-heartedness, concept of compassionate attitude or compassion is not simply a religious matter. It's a universal value. Whether accept religion or not, that's up to individual. Of course, those people who sincerely practice one's own faith, their faith immense help to increase this deeper value. So, my commitment is promoting religious harmony. So I fully committed about that and sincerely respect or appreciate of other traditions. So some my Christian friend consider me as a good Christian. One time in Australia, my public talk, one Christian minister introduced me, and while he described me as a good Christian, like that. So, and some northern India, in Jammu Kashmir state, traditionally, some Muslim, even they touch one non-Muslim's sort of clothes. Sometimes they wash, they never eat together. But last now, nearly 50 years, I passing through this area. So then those Muslims invite me. I always, as I mentioned earlier, I always accepted their invitation. So you see, having meal with them, oh, very delicious. So you see, I have no feeling of sort of differences. So it really benefit to both sides. I myself also feel, oh, we are same human being. We are same sort of a believer or what to call. I mean, we are same who accept some deeper human values. They also feel very close with me. If we remain on the basis of faith, they are Muslim, we are Buddhist, remain distant, what use? More worry, more feeling of isolation, then it can translate frustration, anger, then violence. Any violence, violent action is mutual destruction. So like that, so the religious harmony, of course, one's own tradition have a certain sort of philosophical view. That's our own business. Some my Christian friend, one Christian brother, who always showing interest about Buddhism. Yes, there are common practice of compassion, practice of forgiveness, tolerance, contentment, self-discipline, common practice. There are common practice. So we can share in these common sort of practice. We also can learn from Christian brothers, sisters, some practice. Very useful. And especially you see, Christian brothers, sisters, very much involved in the social service, in the form of education and health. Some remote area in India, some missionary workers, really the dedicated well-being of the local tribes or local poor people, local community. Sometimes we Buddhist monks, nuns, traditionally remain monastery or nunnery, not much contact with service community. So there we have to learn the experience from other tradition. So similarly, some Buddhist technique quite useful for some Christian practitioner. Certain technique for one single-pointed mind, like that, and some method, some technique, promotion of love, compassion, forgiveness, like that. So you see, one occasion, that late Catholic brother, because he also showing interest about Buddhist concept, Buddhist unique concept of emptiness. Then since I know him, we know very well, so I told him, this is Buddhist business, not your business. That I think, you see, his side also, you see, can say about God, Creator. That's a Christian business, not a Buddhist business, like that. So in the philosophical field, there is differences. But that's better in order to satisfy a variety of people. This different approach is necessary. So in human history, at different time, different sort of geography, area, these different teachings you see, develop. It is suit for a variety of people. So it is necessary. Now look, even Tibetan community, basically Buddhist, but still some Muslims there, some Christian also there. So this shows variety among the people. So one might sort of main commitment is promotion of religious harmony. So all religion, you see, carrying the same message or same potential. So, but my main sort of effort is without touching religious concept, simply using scientific data and our common experience. And on that basis, make known, make clear, public, we have this inner value is immense beneficial. Now, for example, I often used to telling people this global economic crisis. Many people disturbed. And of course, ordinary people also, you see, get some sort of impact in their daily life. But here, I believe, and of course, you have to watch, you have to sort of check that those people who think only money value, right? Always think about money like that. No other interest. no other sort of values. And someone who not only, who also accept value of money. Certainly, without money, you can't sort of survive. You can't work. Important. But besides money value, material value, the other value, such as happy family, compassionate community, inner peace. Those people, now two kind of people. I think this global economic crisis, I think most hit those persons who think only money value, I think hit most. They, I think, get much disturbances. Then the other one, yes, now money crisis there, but still very happy in their family, in their community. So that really makes differences. So therefore, in modern time, I think basic modern education system itself pay attention only brain development, not enough pay attention about inner value. I think when about 1,000 years ago, the separate education institution started in Europe. At that time, I think moral ethics, these take care by church and family. So at that time, separate, newly developed education institution take care only brain or education. Now in modern society, eventually the religious sort of influence or also little decrease. And also family values also decline. Then the education institution alone have the responsibility. So therefore, many occasions I express, and also many people agree, now we, in modern education system, we need some lesson of moral ethics. Then how to put where? That is, we need more research work. On the basis of universal value and including some scientific findings, these things. So that my main sort of commitment. Wherever I go, I touch this subject and make known or share with public. Please pay more attention about our inner value. And that value is concerned not difference of color, not difference of social background, whether rich or poor, no differences, and also not depend on faith. Even without faith, these human good quality by birth already there. In fact, compassion, the seed of compassion, is a biological factor. We are social animals. And on top of that, the very way we grown up need others' care. In order to develop others' sort of enthusiasm, caring, emotionally, they need something. That's affection. With affection, then all these care take away. Care. One, I think, example. One occasion, my it was a long flight. I noticed two couple with two children. One, I think maybe 5, 6 year old, so better or easier to manage. One, much smaller, very difficult to manage that. So they when they after I think after takeoff, I think 2-3 hours, they both father, mother, they both take care about that young child. Then after 4-5 hours, the father just slept. No sign of a botheration about the child. The mother, whole night, till next morning, whole night, taking care about that difficult child. Crying and make noise. Even the other passenger who want to a little bit peaceful sleep, much disturbances. So the mother whole night is taking care. Then next morning I notice mother's eye become very red, like that. So this shows biological factor. Mother have tremendous affection and willing to sacrifice mother's own willing to face any difficulties, any sort of problems. So that's the human nature. So that is the seed of compassion. But I think it is important to know that compassion is oriented towards attitude, others' attitude, or others' action. So therefore, that so long others' attitude friendly towards you, that kind of compassion can maintain. As soon as their attitude change, then that compassionate attitude could turn hatred. So therefore, and also naturally, that kind of affection cannot extend towards neutral people, and particularly your enemy side, whose attitude is negative to yourself. So that is biased, limited, much mixed with attachment. However, that take as a seed, then through awareness, usually Buddhists call analytical meditation, analyze values of compassion and negativeness of anger or discrimination. Through these sort of awareness, you can develop new conviction. Now, for example, all human being, all sentient being, by nature want happiness, do not want suffering. Therefore, every sentient being, or particularly every human being, have the right to overcome suffering. Use that reason to develop sense of concern. For oneself also, because of the care or cherishing cherishing oneself, not on based of you yourself kind, not that way, but simply I have right to overcome suffering. Because of that, I have a right to overcome suffering and desire. So therefore, that's the reason, 100% same to other people also. By nature, they do not want suffering, and therefore they have every right to overcome suffering. Using that sort of reason, that logic, then develop sense of concern of well-being of other, including your enemy. As far as their attitude is concerned, big different. Friend, friendly attitude. Enemy, negative attitude. Neutral people, neutral, nothing. But as far as right is concerned, all are same human being, same sentient being, same have the right to overcome. On that level, develop sense of concern. That is unbiased compassion, not oriented towards attitude, but oriented towards being, or person, or people, person, like that, and unbiased, and infinite, not based on attachment. So when I talk universal compassion, I mean compassion, the universal value, is mainly that kind of compassion. Unbiased compassion. That I think through education we can develop that. So, compassion in because of difficult periods, difficult time. Now my own experience, my own little experience during our last 60 years, a particularly a difficult period, most reliable friend is within myself. That's compassion. And anyway, cheap. Other external means sometimes quite expensive. And also with effort is to come develop with effort. But these inner value from birth we already have. So no need because of the special effort to borrow, to develop. So simply pay more attention and recognize these are valuable things. So that's my main talk. So those people who feel some sort of interest about my talk, then please pay more attention and further analyze yourself, investigation on experiment. Then you gain more, I think, deeper experiences. Then those people who may not sort of much of the interest, then no problem. After our talk, when you go outside, forget all these things, then no problem. Then carry your endless problem. You involve that way, then no problem. No problem. I will leave it tomorrow, so I'm going to say bye-bye. Thank you. Now, some questions. Thank you. Now some questions.